Dirk told me that Seth told him a story about how they used to make fun of you shooting in the driveway.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta hear this one.
Me and Seth growing up.
Seth older. Is he older?
I'm older.
Oh,
so he's 2 years younger. And we had full reign until my mom, we heard her voice, it's time to come in. But like she'd have to pull us off the court unless I called a foul on Seth and he's like, I ain't foul you. And he'd steal the ball, tuck it under his arm. And unless I gave him a call, he'd tell me I was cheating and he would bounce.
Go ahead.
And so it was like the little brother, big brother, like, I want to keep playing.
So you're like, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the same as my brother in baseball when we were kids. My younger brother, I get him out, he'd be like, okay, I'm going in. Okay, you can go up again.
No,
Same exact
It's just
thing.
like,
You want to play?
I want to play. But he was competitive. He wanted to beat me, but he never could. So he'd be like, no, you cheat, man. Nah.
Yeah.
But that was the part of the healthy brother-sibling rivalry that was amazing. Now, fast forward, hopefully get to share the court as teammates.
That's crazy. That's great.
Yeah.
Just need to get your dad on the broadcasting team.
That part.
You gotta bring Eric too then. You gotta bring his counterpart because he is fucking hilarious.
There's a clip, a highlight of all his famous calls or whatever, and there's a game Kemba scores, hit a three in like the first quarter, and they're down like 8, but he acted like it was a game winner. And just the volume he went to. My dad texts us all the time, like, yo,
he is hilarious.
He had some gems tonight.
Yeah, for sure. He's great. I like that guy. How do you do? Yo, he's fucking hilarious.
That is what sports is supposed to be about.
What makes Steph the greatest shooter of all time besides them shits going in?
That matters.
Obviously. Besides them shits going in, first of all, I told you this, I told him last summer, I said, every time you shoot the ball, I think it's going in. Every time you shoot, I think it's going in. Every time, still to this day. But his ability to be able to run pick and roll, play one-on-one, but more importantly, get off the ball as well. That makes him the greatest. Me and a few of our friends, we had a group chat. We was talking about Ohtani the other night, and one of our friends, he said, "If I sent y'all a message and said that a guy struck out 10 batters in the NLCS, you guys would be like, oh, that was a hell of a game by that pitcher. Wow." And then if I sent a separate text and said in that same game, another guy came in and had 3 home runs in that same game. No. He said, no. The same guy did that. He did both of those.
It's the same game.
He did both of those. So what makes Steph one of the most dangerous players of all time is the fact that you're gonna get it in so many different ways. I'm gonna come down to semi-transition. If your pickup point is too low, bang. If I come off a high screen pick and roll and your big is not up to touch, bang. If you cover me well, I'm gonna get off the ball, and I don't care getting off the ball. A lot of guys will give in to getting off the ball because they feel uncomfortable with now moving.
And losing control.
That's a big deal.
And losing control. I wanna make every play, or I feel like, and not even like I wanna make every play, I feel like our team is most comfortable with me making the decisions. Okay, Steph, I'm getting off the ball. And and it's gonna find me because the energy that I'm gonna drag out for our team and for the fear of the opponent, I think that it makes him the greatest. Yeah. It makes him the greatest shooter of all time and one of the greatest threats in NBA history.
We got a couple more just because it's fun to hear you guys talk through this, but.
This don't even make Wow. To your point, like if I ever just stop and give in to the physicality, then they got me, which it happened a lot in the series. But the idea of like always being on the move, you're somewhat of a threat because you have one guy for sure, maybe 2, sometimes 3 people worried about what your next move might be, trying to predict. And with all that chaos right there, with 6 people in the same area, like me just getting down below the free throw line, it just created the gravity, right? That's the famous line. But
it also allows you guys to play with two quote-unquote non-shooters, which in today's league is almost impossible. But because the constant movement, you could play with Loon, you could play with Dre, and Draymond's had games. I think this is one of them where he made a bunch of threes, and he's obviously can do that. But those are classic non-shooters on a scouting report, and you still can be a highly effective and efficient offense.
You couldn't do that if it was just all pick and roll, pick and roll, pick and roll, pick and roll, pick and roll.
Right.
Because at some point the defense is they're gonna just shift. They're gonna shift all the way to the lower side.
It's predictable. Sometimes I think like you're an off the ball player more than a pick and roll player, and that's a mistake. You're actually an elite pick and roll player. But because we were used to
spots,
so you do both. So now we've gone random pinch post to pass stuff, you screening, running up, head under the rim, taking it off, guys. To all of a sudden you go, hey, we need one. They scored, we get in the pick and roll. And now it's a whole nother type of coverage. And we haven't, whereas when I was playing, they're like, he's getting in pick and roll. And whether we switch and he's isoing or he's drawing the roll, or whatever, they kind of know. There's a template here. Your template's like, twice as big.
And to your point, like, this in the lineups that I was blessed to play with, that trust was built over, okay, if I give it up, to your point of like, what's in the best interest of the team? Some teams, I get it. If you give it up, you might not get it back because you don't have another primary ball handler that can handle some ball pressure and still see the play.
Yeah.
And like me setting a screen on Clay, what you gonna do?
Right.
But the ability for me to be able to set, screen, make a decision, and have the energy to do it for 48.
That's the most impressive. And I know there's basketball savants and guys that know the game, whatever. But like I said, a lot of things that don't get discussed too is your conditioning. Mm-hmm. I talked about the strength earlier, but the conditioning, like, never looks tired. Never looks defeated, never looks tired. Out there, like, for 48 minutes or however long you're out on the floor, is this constant pressure. And that is it's deflating for a defense. It's power to your teammates. He's one of the few guys that I've ever seen that can, like I said, get off the ball and turn his back on the ball. Mm-hmm. You don't see that.
And when he does that,
he gets the ball, turns his back, and starts running this way.
And literally, when he does that, that's when, oh shit.
Yeah, so as a defender, if my guy gets off the ball, throws it over here, and he's running over here, you're like, okay, let me open up, because you've been taught your whole life, ball you basket, ball you man, like, point at him. He started running away like this. You're like, oh shit, yay. Boom. And he's coming out this way, ball spying him, and you like...
He thinks this shit's funny.
I love it. He thinks it's funny. I love it.
Yeah, he thinks it's funny.
It's my favorite.
Yeah.
That's amazing. He's still going for it. Still, guys are still going. But the problem is, it doesn't really matter. Like, it's nice to get a couple steals, get that extra yard or two of space. He's still gonna... Let's go. Okay, I'll set a screen. What are you gonna do? Okay, I'll come off and I'll curl and someone gets a layup. Like,
you can't. It's impossible to defend. You just gotta hope.
Yeah.
You just gotta hope, for some odd reason,
enough of them don't go in.
Yeah, and somebody has tightened the rim to a point where that it's like an invisible finger underneath the net and the rim. He shoots it and they just keep. Right. Yeah, because you just gotta hope that it goes. Like, just certain players in our league. There's just certain guys over the course of the history of the game. No matter what you do, they still have an advantage.
Yeah.
And that's what makes
them great.
That's what makes greats great.
So just talking gravity, it's chaos. And this is a set play. There's a ghost screen.
Yeah, we ran it last year a little bit. It's just a matter of, inverting, pick and roll, and then I get to decide.
Do I screen?
Based on how my defender is, how close the guys guarding KD here, how much space I have on the weak side, whether I want to set it, get him downhill, go screen it out. Slight hold and slip late. There's a lot of options and a lot of different timing that I can control as a screener here.
But in this particular clip, you saw two things. You saw space to go screen, run into, and you felt him climb up.
On the high side.
On the high side.
You feel it on your left shoulder right there.
I see one bad mistake right now. Run his back. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right to everything that you saw in this clip. And I'm glad this is behind the camera. Why are we this hugged?
So yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just amazing.
He sees it.
We could have ran that play 3 straight times and it'd have been a different coverage.
We should never be this hugged up here.
Yeah.
With the 2 most dangerous guys on this side of the floor right here.
And to your point, the game is adapted now.
We're up. Listen, we're down 4.
In the gaps. Yeah. We're almost saying you can throw the lob. Well, we'll give you a chance that we're in. We're saying.
This guy, who's that, K-Love? K-Love's probably 2 steps to the right so that KD sees a body. He still might go downhill if I set a really good screen on you.
Yeah.
But at least he's showing himself early.
This picture, we never show that anymore.
No, there's no chance. Too many body tight defenders right here.
Everyone's foot in the way.
You just never know, too. You look at time and score, you're down 4, you know you got to get a stop, you're down 0-2. That also plays with the psyche, too. It's like, I got to be the one to get the stop instead of saying, we got to get a stop. So, like, everybody, I'm on KD, I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
I don't, it's loud in there, I don't fuck everybody else. If I don't get the stop, boom. I don't know if I'm being talked to right now. Hey, screen coming, square, stay square. Obviously, we're not doing anything back here. Everyone's, because, he don't know if he comes off and now there's a wide pen for Clay coming off here.
Yeah.
We're down 4, 30 seconds to go. If we don't get a stop here, the game is definitely over. So, we may not ever see this anymore. The game is not talked like this anymore. But you never know when you're inside the arena and the fire's on you. So everything changes.
It's so important, especially you can sit here and pick people apart watching games. If you're not in the room, and you know why we chose this game plan, what player is not capable or willing.
That's that Monday morning quarterback right there.
It's hard.
Everybody could be that Monday morning quarterback.
You're not in the room, why we chose and why the coaches watched 100 hours of film and decided on this game plan with this group. They can be wrong. But typically they did the work.
Right.
They did the work and they chose it, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So, but it's interesting though, because of both your teams, the way you play, the way you attack the paint, the way that you're always threatening the front of the rim, now the game evolves and defenses are getting in the gaps. They're saying you can skip it to player 3, 4, or 5 and we'll shift over our zone and we'll start again. But the game evolves, and I feel like that is one of the evolutions is now people are like in the gaps hard. There's no quick, I beat my guy and I can get in. It's a lot less prevalent to just have that open space.
You see how many teams are running guard-to-guard screens now. OKC won a championship essentially off of putting Shea and shooters around and making you have to decide.
Yeah.
Like, are you going to do the pick-on game, favorable matchup? Driving lanes are always there, kickouts or shooters if you need it, but just trying to create as much space as possible with decisions for the defense to have to make. I love what you said, the context of the game does matter. Like, we could freeze frame it. KD had just hit a shot, like, okay, that everybody's antennas. Your antennas, it ain't gonna be you.
Right.
And like, I just love, that's why we play, that's why we love the game. Because every possession has some different
It's a puzzle,
feel.
right?
So it's so much
It's a puzzle.
That's why you love the competition behind it.
What about the fitness to run around like that? Like, do you take that part serious, or is that some of that natural? Like, you've been doing this for how many years now?
This is 17 now.
17 years of...
Don't you answer that question. And 17 sounds great, even I just said. But it was always a part of, like, to the point of being on ball, off ball, having to do both. Like, it was always a part of, you can't, waste away down the stretch of games if that's going to be, it's a skill set, right? My conditioning is a skill set. The idea of how you train and the intensity, it doesn't mean I have to be in there for 2-3 hours on the court. It's just, if I'm in there for 45, like, what am I getting out of this 45, and how much focus, intentionality, and intensity can I put into a drill that's, again, that question, you look at yourself in the mirror, like, I know that this is, transferable to a game.
Right.
It's not just...
Right. How much can I simulate this workout into a game situation?
It's just, how many can you do that over and over and over and over again? The volume of that has carried me. So, granted, we all got to do our sprints and like raw conditioning and just, can you get that threshold high? But the actual, can I shoot when my heart rate's at 170 for, a minute straight? Can I still be accurate? Like, challenging yourself in that respect. That's game like.
So purposeful, intense. Yeah, I guess also like part of the pain, I know you must feel this, is feeling the pain of your opponent.
Oh,
you can feel.
My favorite line is when somebody at the free throw line dead ball is like, yo, stop moving around so much.
Like, got him.
When somebody tell me that, I love it, like to the point of, Because something has to give, right?
Yes.
You know, every game, every matchup, every battle, something got to give.
I think I remember. I think it was who was it? Oh my goodness, I forgot who it was. We was playing Indiana in 18. We was playing Indiana in 18. I think it was Thaddeus Young, and I think it was fourth quarter with like 5 minutes to go, and I had played 43 minutes. I was going all 48, and I think I was taking the ball out, and he was taking it out. He was like, "You gonna play the whole game?" I said, "I'm playing the whole game." He was, and I looked at. He was like. He basically said, "What the fuck?" It's like the whole game.
Right.
Like I'm not getting tired. I'm not tired. I'm playing the whole game. Like he was like, I was like, okay, yeah, I got it.
After 18 seasons of NBA travel spanning from Vancouver to Phoenix to Los Angeles, I know the importance of arriving ready to perform. That's why I'm excited about Emirates Premium Economy, which brings a whole new level of comfort to international travel. You know those cramped airplane seats? The wider leather seats in Premium Economy are the total opposite. They come with leg rests that support your entire leg, not just your feet. For someone who's dealt with back issues, the extra recline and ergonomic design make a real difference on those long-haul flights. As a 6'3" guy, I may not be the tallest in the locker room, but on a flight, sometimes that little extra space makes all the difference in getting out in one piece. When I first started traveling in the NBA, I thought the travel was exceptional, but things have evolved. And with Emirates, I'm not sure where they can go from here. The ergonomic seats, the space, the service, it all makes for an incredible travel experience. I can't get over how they handle meals up here. Real plates, actual metal silverware, and they're pouring sparkling wine like it's nothing. The entertainment screen is huge, and get this, being up front means you're not stuck waiting forever to get off the plane. Transform your next international journey with Emirates Premium Economy. Trust me, it's the MVP of travel experiences. Book your elevated experience at emirates.com/US. Your dad didn't have you play AAU basketball for a couple of years. Big years, too.
Yeah,
right?
13 to 15.
Those are big years.
Those are big years.
And what was the methodology and thought?
The story at the time, you know, growing up in Charlotte, playing AAU, I played, started at 9, played 10 and under, did 10 and under 2 years, and then played, you know, the next 3. And that was kind of the beginning. This is, 98 to 2001, 2002. AAU was starting to, like, blow up, you know, teams popping up everywhere. The competition was kind of getting a little diluted, but also I was physically underdeveloped compared to some of the better kids at my age. And the kind of thought process was, am I really getting better by just getting physically like manhandled at this age? Like there's a little bit of like, you got to figure it out. Like you got to understand what physicality is. But the amount of games that we were playing and just the gap that was there, the idea was, you know, take those 2 years to really kind of hone in on a work ethic and a physical kind of maturation that could then catch me up so that by 16, going back into travel basketball, that when recruiting would start, that I'd be ready to go. I played school ball those 2 years, did, you know, training
Summer
and all that type
camps
stuff.
and
Went to even just going to the Y back then.
It was like man over there too. Like man at the Y,
grown men, dudes coming back from overseas playing in Charlotte, So I got to play against good competition. It just wasn't formalized in terms of travel ball and like, am I really getting something out of this? At the time, it was the hardest thing he could have ever told me. Like these 4 or 5 months, like you're not going to be,
especially in the summer. Like I don't get to travel to play ball. That's all I want to do. That's all I want to do for sure.
So you played 36 and hit the range.
I did become that kid. Like drop me off at the public, Charlotte Golf Links. It's not there anymore in Charlotte, but there's a good counter to basketball. So. You know, you
damn it.
You tried.
My AAU coaches, y'all failed me. Coach Drew Joyce, you failed me. Do not let me play those. I could have been at the Links. I could have been at Firestone Country Club this whole time.
Right down the street.
God damn it.
I was that kid too.
Do you feel like there's a parallel from golf to basketball for you, or is it just a great release?
It's a great release. You're outside. You're with the people that you want to spend time with, but what I found is tapping into that competitive energy without having to expend yourself as you do in basketball. For me, it's the most healthy way to get away from the game but still tap into what makes me me.
Yeah.
You're always competing against yourself. Doesn't matter, you might lose some money games in your group or whatever, but like it's shot to shot, can I lock in and conquer this? And if I can't dwell on it because you gotta, you're only as good as you got the next shot coming up. And it's the same kind of mentality with basketball. Not kind of dwelling in the past or getting too down on yourself if things aren't going your way. You just got to figure it out. And that perseverance I found is a good parallel to golf too. So
like conditioning your focus.
Mm-hmm. And being able, positive self-talk. The idea of it's just you and you get so frustrated at times. It's like there's no.
Bro,
no
if you say you get frustrated
it.
and you've been playing since you was 10, you can only imagine how I feel out there. I just started a few months ago. But I love what you said though when you was out there with Bryson. You was like, he asked you why do you love golf so much? You just one word, it's intoxicating.
Yeah.
That's it, just straight up intoxicating. It is. It's just, I never Randy been trying to get me to play golf since I was 18
how long?
years old.
Okay, I didn't know it was that long.
First got into the league, he was like, bro, we gotta play. I'm like, I'm not playing that slow ass corny game.
Can Randy play?
Randy was a caddy when he was 12 years old.
Okay.
So he said he would go out, be a caddy, and obviously when you go they don't really want the caddies playing. He said, but some of the guys will, depending on how far the hole was from the club box or the clubhouse, they would let him go up and hit every now and then from time to time and things of that nature. And he kind of learned the game from there. He can watch it, obviously. They would tell him, how far the ball was from the pin, all from the flag, all these type of nuances of the game.
Yeah.
And he's just been in it for years and years and years. And when you get into the NBA, every team always has this this little golf outing every year. So when I played with Cleveland early on, we had this golf outing. Austin Carr would be there and Larry Nance and all the guys that be there, and I would go and I would dress apart. One thing about it, I'm gonna look good on there. I'm not playing this game. I'm not playing this. I regret it. I owe him. I already owe him a lot, but I wish I would have listened for sure.
You got time.
But I got something to do.
Plenty of time. Yeah. Plenty of time.
Yeah. You said intoxicating. So what's the lowest score you've ever had on cocktails?
It goes either way.
You get hot or you get cold?
Well, you try to find cruising altitude when you're out there. Once you get past that, it's a science. There's a science to it. I had some good rounds. We on vacations in the summer though. I got to turn off the expectations of acting like I'm out here on the PGA Tour. I'm just having a good time. To your point though, that idea of starting from scratch is something. Golf is the one thing. No matter how hard you work, you don't necessarily get that return on investment right away.
Delayed gratification.
It's whatever that J curve is. It's that. You're gonna be bad for a while, and then something's gonna click, and then you'll see the consistency start, and then it's all right, now I'm how do I actually score on a round, round to round. All right, now how can I get a little bit more creative on short game stuff? Oh, and now I see the whole, but now strategy. I need to hit it here, then be able to attack. That's why it's a game for life, and it's so much fun once you get through that initial frustration of if I spend 4 or 5 hours out here, I might not get that much better right now. Be able to have something to show for it, but it's all gonna pay.
One thing I want to ask you about is, I want to get into a leadership conversation with you guys, but one thing I want to ask you about, having been around you a bunch, is you're always the same every day. And I don't know if this is true, but I want to talk through pressure because, maybe I'll start by saying because your dad played in the league, does the league not feel so big to you?
It still does.
It still does.
But it helped the initial shock factor for sure. I've been in locker rooms, I've gone on a couple road trips and seen, how the team moves and all that. I got to see how my dad interacted with, coaching staff, other players, staff in the locker room, around the arena, around the team. like all those type of things. Even fans at times when we were at dinner, you know, in Charlotte growing up, people come over like interrupting dinner. I got to see how he handled those moments. Obviously, he played in a different era, and it's 100 times what he experienced, but that shock factor, I think, was kind of neutralized because I've been around it, but it's still surreal. Like, none of this makes any sense.
No.
But you come in every day with a smile on your face. Like, I think it's really important, like, for fans to understand how valuable that is.
Yeah.
When your best player is just, like, happy-go-lucky.
Yeah.
Every day.
That's a gift.
But also, like, the hardest worker.
Yeah.
Like, the most intense, purposeful, routine-oriented, focused. But then, like, you could be right in the middle of focus and someone could yell something funny across the gym and you just start dying laughing. Like, the balance is insane. Like, can you, I don't know how to...
It's my personality. Like, I find fun in everything. To your point, I have the killer instinct behind the smile. Like, I want to win every game. But I'm gonna have fun. My faith has a big part of it. I'm super grateful knowing like none of this makes sense. I know I worked hard. I know I was given a gift, but like why? Like, what is this? This doesn't make sense to me. And I try to like rationalize with that every single day. And so I don't want to ever lose that gratitude for what I get to do. And then out of that, like, basketball is fun to me. Like, this job there's challenges all over the place. We feel it especially when you're leading a team and franchise and trying to win. And when you play well and when you don't, it's coming back to you. Like, you have to be able to embrace that. But basketball is still fun to me. Like, when I'm out on the court, a happy place.
Yeah.
If I lose that, then it's probably time to quit.
For sure. Said that.
But I don't know what. I guess there's a part of it too that's a little bit of intentionality. Like, don't let.
Yeah.
Like, you have to address stuff that happens. Life is unfair at times, and there's a lot of things that you're balancing in all the different roles we play as a man. But I try not to allow that to creep in on the sanctity of like basketball, because I know like it's not going to be around forever.
The way you guys have handled your lives and careers and balance is as impressive as your games. But I just honestly, the way your spirit, energy, like the way he comes in every day, like it's almost more impressive than your game. Like someone could be in the storm every day. Everyone's looking at you every day. How's he come in? People stop looking now because they know they know what they're gonna get. Like, that's just a remarkable skill or talent. Tell us about leadership. Like, what's your thoughts and like what is your belief in a leadership role?
Yeah, everybody has their different style. We all know that. Like, I was never the loudest kind of voice in the room, and it took me a while to kind of develop not just the confidence, but you talk about the skill set of like your presence, like the skill set of timely messages, how to get people's attention, how an audience in the locker room can kind of relate to what you're saying, how you're saying it, and what you're trying to get out of them. Like, all that's been built over time. I'm still learning to this day. I've been grateful to have different personalities around me that fulfill a different job as well. Like, Draymond, for me, in that sense, has been the fire that we need on a daily basis, where he'll tell you, you don't know what you get when you're coming in every day, but you need that to get you through, the times where you need a little spark. Like, we need somebody to say F you, like whoever's in that other locker room, like, create an enemy. Like, that's not my necessary nature, but that's his. And then I can bring it back to saying, all right, let's not go over, like, when our emotions can't get the best of us, we have to kind of find that balance. And that tug of war has always been great. Over these last 14 years with him, with Steve, like, in our locker room, his leadership he's the most personable, like, see the human first type of guy that I've ever met. And he always leads with that in terms of the conversations he's trying to have and how he leads. So we all have different styles.